mental illness is just as important as your physical well-being.
Hi guys, welcome to another video.
So today is a very impromptu video that I decided to film related to my mental health and mental illness. I'll just take you through my journey. Maybe it can inspire you to take steps for your mental well-being. I'm ready with my cup of green tea and a pillow. Let's get started. Ever since I was a kid, I faced anxiety. I remember being a kid and whenever we had to go somewhere, I would cry, I would feel anxious. I didn't know what that feeling was, and neither did my parents understand what that feeling was. We've never been taught about mental health or mental illness, so I couldn't expect my parents to know about it as well. It was a very difficult childhood. Whenever I used to think of it, like maybe till last month ago, I used to tear up. I didn't deserve to be treated the way I was treated because of my anxiety. My mother tells me that whenever I used to wake up, I used to be anxious and cranky, as if I would have seen a nightmare. And that is something that I experienced over the past few years once I knew that it was anxiety as well. And my teachers didn't understand, definitely did not understand. I didn't have a very nice school time. Like, I was happy to be out of school. I don't mean to bash anybody here, but I did not like my teachers at all. They were not understanding. Probably because they might not have been taught to empathize, or maybe they just knew how to teach but not to connect with the child. That really affected my confidence because everything I did something less perfect, I was criticized for it at home, at school, which made me really underconfident. I think the only teacher I liked from my school is my kindergarten teacher because she believed in me. We all love people who believe in us, right? So once I was in high school and we all go through that teenage phase, we either have a crush on somebody or we're dating someone. We are in an adolescence and we're still trying to figure out what it is that's going within us. So again, because of my confidence issues, I noticed that I entered into a relationship based on my low self-confidence. Like any guy who would like me, as weird as it sounds, it does happen to a lot of people. Maybe you can relate to it, maybe not. But this is something that I realized just last month, that the guys I used to date weren't really the guys I had feelings for. I was really underconfident by the time I was in high school. I didn't understand stuff in school a lot of times. I'm still like, if somebody is teaching me something, I won't understand it. I need to focus and read and understand things myself. When I was in college, things changed a bit because now the contact with teachers was minimum, and because I was studying psychology, my teachers were pretty empathetic. I made new friends and they were really a blessing. I think they made my university life really, really beautiful. When I was in college, I had a breakup which went very bad. And that really impacted my confidence even further. So different incidents all make up our memories. They impact us either positively or negatively. Here I'm discussing the things that went wrong and how it led to me getting diagnosed with anxiety and depression. When I went for my master's after my undergrad to the UK, initially I was very happy. I was very excited to be in a new country. I had always wanted to study abroad. But 4 months in, I felt like my world crashed because I was so low on confidence. I constantly cried and asked myself, why did they give me a scholarship? I don't deserve it. I received a 50% tuition fee reduction, which was only granted to 25 students around the world at my university. Again, I formed good rapport with my teachers, but I was constantly underconfident. Everybody around me was so smart that it made me feel really dumb. I wasn't able to think spontaneously about ideas and creativity the way others did, or understand concepts that were being taught immediately. And I thought I was less intelligent. Later on, I understood that, okay, I need to spend time alone reading and understanding concepts in order for me to understand them. That's just how I function. But I spent my whole master's feeling underconfident, which I shouldn't have. I didn't deserve to feel that way. I went in September 2018 and by February, March, I knew that I need to go to therapy. But I was very afraid. I remember going to the therapy center and returning back from the door itself. I didn't have the courage. I thought I'll fix things myself. But I didn't have self-awareness. What was I going to fix, right? Then there was some time where I was able to manage things better. Even if I was having heart palpitations and I was feeling that my heart was going to explode, I still managed to go about my masters. I am not very good at making friends. It's not that I don't like talking to people. I think it is partly related to me feeling underconfident that others might find me stupid, or they might find me, pardon my use of harsh words. I have learned not to judge myself, but this is what I used to feel that time, they'll find out that I am not smart, that I would avoid going to my neighbor's place for game nights or just a chill night, because I felt that during a game night I wouldn't understand the game's instructions, or I wouldn't do well in the games, and they would find out that I'm not good, that I'm just like, I'm not smart. I don't pick things up easily. Again, later on I got to know that I do have some deficits in working memory, so which might affect my ability to understand things immediately, or keep, and even if I understood them, then to keep them in my memory immediately. And I also have some deficits in attention. It might have affected my ability to concentrate and understand the instructions that they were explaining to me before playing a new game. But luckily I met a really nice bunch of people and they were very supportive. I remember I cried so many times in front of them later on, and they supported me each time. In fact, they were the ones who motivated me to start therapy. So when it was July, August, things went really bad. Like, I would wake up, I would want the bed to eat me, because it felt like the bed was eating me. Every day I would wake up way before my waking up time, and I would start crying. I would feel heaviness in my chest, a heaviness that I was not able to take out, as if somebody had, placed 100 kg weight on me, and I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't understand that feeling. I didn't know that it was depression. I used to wake up every day feeling that I wish just that today a bus hits me or something, because I can't go with. And there wasn't anything wrong with the day. I was not feeling well. When we get physically ill, we get mentally ill. I want you guys to understand that if you guys are facing a similar issue, or if you've faced a similar issue, you're not alone. I'm with you. This whole community that we are creating here is with you, and they know us is with you. You'll figure out everything. Like, it's just going to be fine. Reach out to the people if you're able to talk to them, because I wasn't able to talk to the people around me. I would hide the way I was feeling. So if you're able to reach out to people, that's really great. Just reach out to them, take therapy, and work on yourself. Try to understand the root of the issue, because depression is based on the past and anxiety is based on future. Okay, the fear of future, not knowing what would happen, but depression is based upon what already happened, and the way we see ourselves, the way we see our surroundings, our situations. So back to the topic, I used to work part-time at that time, and I used to cry in the morning, then I used to get ready and I used to go there, and for a few hours I would forget everything because there were so many customers. It wasn't a good way to feel. I would even go to my neighbor's place after the day ended, and I would be crying before going to their place. I would go to their place, and the moment I entered their house, I would be smiling, laughing, and they would be like, how do you have so much energy, enthusiasm after a hectic day? And I'd be like, and then they would sometimes, they would guide me like, okay, you should talk, you should do this, you should do that, and why don't you do this? And that why made me feel so bad, like I'm not even able to do this much, and I wouldn't say to them because I would just want to cry at that moment, but I would keep it inside me. And the moment I left their house and I entered my house, I would start crying in the corridor itself. I had the habit of relying on food for emotional support. So I started doing that more and more. But finally, I decided that I cannot go forward in life without taking therapy because I wasn't able to. And I remember getting diagnosed with depression and anxiety at that time in August 2019. It was a few days before my birthday, and I told myself that this birthday I'm going to give myself therapy. Like this is what I really need, and I'm going to a psychiatrist. I started my medications, I went to therapy, but I didn't go to the second session. I cried so much in the first session that I got scared. Things continued this way for a few months, and then it was 2020. I came back to India. There were some good times as well, of course. My aunt was living there in the UK. I had a lovely time with her. She made me feel so much loved. I really miss her. I used to go to London to see a friend. It was really nice. But for the most part, I was struggling. That is the thing about mental health. Everybody thinks that a lot of people feel that mental illness means that you will just be not doing anything else or have any good moment. It's not like that. You do have good moments. It's just that you're struggling so much here and you're unable to tell it to anybody or seek help. And even when you seek help, things just don't magically get better. So what happened was I didn't want to come back to India because of some personal reasons, and when I came back I wasn't able to cope being in my house again. And then this whole the COVID-19 pandemic happened, and by this time I had stopped my medication spontaneously, and I shouldn't have done that. I stopped my medication in UK itself, and I wanted to start therapy once I came back to India, but I didn't have the courage. I was waiting for something, I don't know what, and then I thought once the pandemic will be over, I'll go to therapy in person because I didn't want to start online therapy. But 2 years down the line, pandemic is still there. Things got pretty bad. Like I wouldn't sleep till 12 p.m. The whole night would go, the whole morning, and then my body would crash. My thoughts did not stop. Sometimes I used to really cry and be like, please, can I just take my brain out and keep it aside and then just go to sleep and we can just think about stuff tomorrow. It was really tiring and exhausting. I didn't have the energy to be nice to people, or because I was not able to be nice to myself. I wasn't able to connect with my parents anymore because of the gap, not meeting them for 1.5 years. Now I feel much at home, everything is good. But at that time it was very difficult, and we were always in the house. I wasn't able to work. I finally started therapy in December 2020 because something happened in November 2020 and I again went into depression. The symptoms that had reduced, anxiety had been continuing, but the depression symptoms had reduced. This time again, I started waking up feeling as if this bed is going to suck me in. I used to cry every morning. I didn't want to get out of my bed. I used to curl up like a baby and I didn't know what to do. And that is when I felt like this time I have to start. It took me again a few days, a few weeks, but then I started therapy. And it was the best thing I ever did. 1 year down the line, it's February 2nd, 2022, and things have changed a lot mentally, and that's why the way I look at life, the way I'm feeling has changed. I realized that even you can change the way life feels by going inwards and understanding yourself. Even if you've not healed, even if you're working towards your healing, just understanding yourself creates a lot of confidence, because now you know that, okay, this thing happened, I didn't deserve it, but I can fix it by working on myself, by being kind to myself, by loving myself, by not judging myself. I remember asking my therapist in the first few sessions that you say that try to not judge yourself, but that's what I've done my whole life. I don't know another way. But now I feel 1 year down the line that being kind to myself has been a game changer for me. You need to love yourself the way you love your parents, your boyfriend, your sister, brother, friends. if your best friend would be crying in front of you or be feeling really low, you wouldn't wanna judge them or tell them anything bad about them. Then why would you do something similar to yourself? I would just like to end this video on a note that if you're struggling, I just want to tell you, keep on going. Your future self is going to be so proud of you for going forward. That's one thing I want to say. Second thing, it might help, because it helped me, to work on inner child healing. To heal the parts of you that were wounded as a kid or at any given phase in your life, and work on understanding what happened at that time, empathize and be compassionate to you. And maybe journaling your feelings, thoughts would help in exploring you more. When I journal, a lot of times I don't even know what I'm feeling. But as I keep on going writing, I get into a stream of thought and I understand, okay, what I'm feeling is just a surface issue, but the background issue is much more deeper, and this is what is bothering me, which has helped me reduce my instances of relying on food as well. One big gift you can give to yourself is therapy. There's no shame in going to therapy. There are a lot of apps nowadays to help you meditate, and while meditate would not sort your issues that you have in your mind, you would have to work through it on your own and through your therapy. Even your therapy alone wouldn't work. You would have to do the things that your therapist is telling you, and as you understand yourself more, you would have to work on healing yourself. But meditation helps us be a bit in the present moment. Practice activities that help you be calm. Our bodies have the ability to heal. If I can do it, you can do it. Anybody can do it. And I wish you so much love, so much care. Keep going. Thank you so much for staying till the end, and I hope that this video inspires at least some people.